Good afternoon. It's a beautiful sunny day in Holland, Michigan, the best day we've had since October, and a great day for the Johnson Controls Kinderparade. I'm Nathan Box, the chairman of the board of the Tulip Time Festival, and I'm here with Jim DeBoer. Jim, good to see you.
Good to see you, Nathan.
Yeah.
Good to be here.
It's going to be a great day for a parade. The skies have cleared. We had a few raindrops earlier, but we're just starting to hear the police department come down. I heard a few sirens there a second ago. I think we're in for a great day.
Exactly. It's a gorgeous day. It's totally broken up. There's not a raindrop in the sky. If you're not at home watching this, you should come down and come now because it's just starting. Yes. We're excited.
There's plenty of time to catch the end of the parade. And I'll tell you, I think almost everybody in town is down here. The crowds are huge. The sidewalks are full. We're still seeing a few last people finding their seats. And I think I hear the police department.
Yeah, here they come, the finest in Holland. HPD's finest on their motorcycles. That would be a fun job to be on a motorcycle.
I believe they're going to be, the first ones that are going to be coming down as the honor guard. They traditionally lead off the parade, make sure that the streets are clear and everybody's safe. And actually, I think we're incorrect, Jim. I think this is the Ottawa County Sheriff's Department. Oh, we've got a combination. I bet what some people may not know is the city of Holland actually spans two different counties. It's both in Ottawa County and in Allegan County, and there's a lot of cooperation between the different police departments. So this would be the Holland Police. I'm guessing it is also the Ottawa County Sheriff's Department and the Allegan County Sheriff's Department. So we've got representatives from all.
And I noticed they stopped right here because this is kind of home for them because we're right in front of the police department.
They are. We're sitting right out in front of the
perfect
police.
is that?
That is a great spot to sit. Also right in front of the Tulip Time office, which those of us at Tulip Time love to see that as well.
Exactly. Now while we're waiting here, Nathan, tell us a little bit about your role with Tulip Time.
I'm a member of the board of directors. This is the 85th year of the Tulip Time Festival. We've got a board of 12 people. I happen to be the chairman of the board for this year's festival.
Excellent.
It's a great role to be in because I get to play all day. I get to come down and talk to people, get to see what's going on with the festival because we have an incredible staff of people that actually run the festival. So I get to come down and just enjoy myself.
Very cool. We're glad you're doing that. You do an excellent job of it, sir.
Well, thank you. It's a job that I love. And we've also got the Holland Police Department on Segways as well.
Yes, here come the Segways. Have you ridden one of those, Nathan?
I have never ridden a Segway, and I have often asked for a ride from the police department, but they've never offered to give me one.
Probably insurance reasons.
Probably.
Our family was going to go on a Segway tour once in Richmond, Virginia, and we got there, and there's a bolt of lightning, and they said, nope, you're not going out.
Oh, that's too bad.
But it sure looks like a lot of fun.
It does, and you know, with the number of parades that we have in Holland during the course of the year, the Segways really make a whole lot of sense for the police department in Holland, because it gives them a great chance to get out there, be right on the street, and easy maneuverability.
Here comes our color guard. They do an outstanding job with what they do. They go to the Whitecaps game, and they go to Hope College games, and begin special events like that.
Wonderful. And today's parade is sponsored by Johnson Controls Incorporated. Johnson Controls is a global diversified technology and industrial leader serving customers in more than 150 countries. There are 168,000 employees creating quality products, services, and solutions to optimize energy and operation efficiencies of buildings, lead-acid automotive batteries, and advanced batteries for the hybrid electric vehicles. And actually they have hybrid electric vehicles in the parade, and the truck that just came through is one of theirs as well.
And here come some of our friends, the grand marshals of the parade. We have Glenn Voss, superintendent of Holland Christian, and we have Gary Feenstra, the former superintendent in Zeeland Public Schools. It's good to see both of you. Glenn Voss is retiring this spring after 44 years of dedicated Christian education work. And Gary retired last year as superintendent at Zeeland after 29 years of doing an outstanding job there as well.
Great service for the community. This next is the Holland Christian High School Band.
Exactly. Holland Christian High School Band. They do an outstanding job year after year in their maroon and white. And here we have the girls. And Scott is their band director. And Scott does an outstanding job. Their drum major this year is Clay Slink. They have a proud tradition of excellence performing in Chicago, Florida, Disney World, and even Carnegie Hall.
Wow.
Their band traveled to Florida just this spring. And they perform concerts in 2 locations, but they're going to be playing. Let's let them play.
Johnson Controls is a leader in advanced energy storage solutions for automotives. This is a beautiful Tesla that came through and some other green vehicles. I believe these are all electric vehicles that are going by us here.
That
Jim.
Tesla is one cool looking car.
That is a beautiful car, isn't it? And what you can hear from here is they're absolutely silent as they go through.
I know, I love that. It's the Ford Hybrid Fusion.
These others are the Superior Kart Company. They sell and repair new NEVs, new golf carts, and used golf carts. And they also build custom golf carts to fit your needs, from light modifications to full-blown crazy cars.
Here's the Zeeland Christian coming into view here, middle school band, including their drum major, Silas Fenema. Zeeland Christian School is 950 students, K to 8. So Nathan, this next group coming into view is the Kinderparade Student Grand Marshals. Talk to us about that. Is that something new?
It is. It was new last year. This is a scholarship that comes from the Holland Zeeland Community Foundation. These are all community service scholarship winners. It's a joint project between the Tulip Time Festival and the Community Foundation. Tulip Time Festival was interested in recognizing students in the community, and the Community Foundation had money for scholarships, and we said, let's work this out. So these are all students that have won community scholarship or community service scholarships in Holland.
How cool is that?
And keeping in the theme of energy efficiency in this parade, they're all riding on electric bicycles. So they can pedal and charge those batteries there in the back of the bicycles.
Next coming into view is Reliable Sports. They're electric bikes and trailers. They're a family-owned business in Holland, and they started in 1932. They've been built on We Service, What We Sell is fun.
And next,
Go Reliable.
Go Reliable Sports and great zip bicycles. Next coming down the line is the Tulip Time float. Hey, I love this float, Jim.
I wonder why.
This is a brand new float this year. We've got staff members. It looks like we've got folks from the Dutch Heritage Show and kinder dancers on the Tulip Time float. Also notice the new logo for Tulip Time this year.
Yes, I love it.
Tulip Time
it's
went
a
under
beautiful logo.
New
Yes.
brand, new ideas, keeping with our themes of tulips, tradition, and transition.
Exactly, and multicultural feel for the tulips. All different shades of the rainbow.
We do. We wanted to be as inclusive a festival as we could, but we want to maintain also those standards that we've had for 85 years of the festival. And look toward the future
That's
at
great.
the same time.
This is the Kinder Dutch dancers on this float. I'd love to see those kids this year. They do such a great job. The audience loves them.
They are followed by Escape Ministries. Escape provides an alternative suspension accountability program for 6th through 9th graders from area schools, free of charge. When their students become suspended or expelled, they can maintain their classroom studies. They provide after-school programs and activities for ages 14 to 21. Their mission is to inspire, equip, empower teens and young adults.
Next comes Eagle Crest Charter Academy. Great lighthouses is their focus. These are the students that you're walking by here from Eagle Crest. They bring 200 enthusiastic kids to the Kinderparade, and they have what's called a Great Lighthouses that you can see coming down the road here in a few minutes. Celebrates the rich nautical influence and history of that country and of the Holland area in western Michigan.
Yeah, this is the first group of almost 7,000 students that we're going to have going by us today.
7,000. Amazing.
So many of them come out in Dutch costume, and you'll notice that the folks from Eagle Crest are all holding on to poles, and they've got their pinwheels. It's a great way to keep the kids in line and in order.
Keep them together. Yeah, exactly. There come the lighthouses. Next is the Eagle Crest Charter Middle School Band. Let's listen to them as they go by.
Following Eagle Crest is Winning at Home. Winning at Home is a counseling office in Zeeland that has a variety of services for all ages. They also seek to build marriages and families through speaking events throughout the country.
And Coming into view is Lakeshore Little People's Place. The Little People's Place provides quality, licensed Christian childcare for infants through 5th grade children at 4 locations in Hamilton and Holland. They're a nonprofit organization serving the area since 1997.
Next up is one of my favorites. This is the Holland Christian 6th grade band. Holland Christian 6th grade band combines students from Rose Park Christian and Pine Ridge Christian under the direction of Mr. Matt Veenstra. The band consists of 62 6th grade students. Let's have a listen.
Coming into view is Southside Christian School, and Southside Christian School is this theme's Dutch artists and artwork. 1st grade students are Mrs. Bohl and Mrs. Reinsberger and Mrs. Van Meteren. They've made a bright sunflowers for the festival, as well as the paintings of Van Gogh. The 2nd grade students are brightly in windmills you'll see coming down the street. Right now the sunflowers are in view, and that is the depiction from the Van Gogh portrait of the sunflower, painting of the sunflower. Again, numerous children. You can't be in kindergarten,
no.
But all 1st graders on through 5th graders are marching in the parade.
Yeah, I saw your wife doing some interviews with kids just prior to the parade, and they were talking to some kids and asked how many years that they'd been in the parade, and the little girl said, I've been here 2 years. I've got 2 years of experience already.
So cute.
Yeah.
Here come the windmills, based on the mill by Van Rysdale. 2nd grade students.
Of Mrs. Hunderman, and they're twirling colorful streamers depicting the painting of Starry Night by Van Gogh. The banners carried by other Holland Christian students depict paintings of former Holland Christian arts teacher Sylvia Stijlstra.
I love Van Gogh stuff. Dutch art, outstanding artist. We have one of his paintings at home. It's great.
This is the Holland Christian Pine Ridge School. Leading their parade is an authentic flower cart filled with potted tulips. The 3rd graders wave flags with colorful flowers on them. The 4th graders are already artists carrying colorful paint palettes. Like fields of real tulips, they want their unit to be a splash of color for all to enjoy.
Well, that they have with their flags and their paint palettes and paint brushes. Look very cute. They're sure enjoying themselves. Look at the sea of faces, the sea of color. It's tremendous.
I just love to see all of the kids coming out here today, and it's been such a beautiful day for them to be out here for the parade. We sometimes have a little bit of rain or a little bit of cold, but I think today's about as perfect a day as you could possibly ask for a parade.
Absolutely. The audience seems to be enjoying it. They're watching and looking for family members or people they might know, or maybe they just come out every year.
That's
It's part of their tradition.
This next group is the Holland Christian School's Homeschool Connection. Waving streamers and banners, and the older kids also have the paint palettes as well. What a great opportunity for these kids to both do the homeschooling and have that connection with the Holland Christian schools as well.
Exactly. Well, here's someone doing a selfie. Check it out right there. I'm in the parade,
You gotta
yes.
prove that you're in the parade. He's got it.
And coming into view is the Holland Christian Middle School Marching Band. 75 students under the direction of Matt Veenstra and Scott Vandenberg.
Coming into view now is a new float from the Holland Christian Preschools. Holland Christian Preschools are part of the Holland Christian School community and they serve the earliest learners through 12th grade. Their mission is to equip minds and nurture hearts to transform the world for Jesus Christ.
And now coming into view is Rose Park Christian School. And their favorite Dutch food is the biscuit, Dutch rusk. Have you ever had that?
I have had rusk. I grew up in a good Dutch household. Every time I look at the banners, I think of the great local Dutch cookbook at Smakelijk.
Yes, exactly. And these guys have signs so we know what grade everyone is. How nice is that?
That's
First
very
grade. This is all brand new this year. All their brand new signage.
Looks like great new banners for the kids.
So they're featuring culinary favorites from the Netherlands. Their Dutch heritage reminds them of flavors of pigs in the blankets, Dutch rusk, and imported cheese. I think we had a pig in the blanket contest.
We had a pig in the blanket contest earlier this week. I don't know who won, but there were a number of entrants. And if you want to enter next year, you can do that as well. I believe we're going to be repeating it. You just turn in your recipe, and they picked the very best pig in the blanket. And I think they also had a pig in the blanket eating contest.
Yes, I would like to be a part of the ones that choose it by tasting, Nathan. Can you find a way for me next year?
I think I can get you on that judging committee. I think we can definitely do that.
I think everybody would like to be on that judging committee.
We've got Drosti chocolates. We've got windmill cookies.
Oh my! Sausen broaches.
Broaches, the good pig in the
Pigs in the
blankets.
blankets.
And this is the one I always get a kick out of. All of the kids are carrying pigs, in blankets.
Yeah, it's just amazing. Yes.
We even have some pigs walking the parade route.
We do. Look at that. Okay, audience, can you pronounce that word? Look at the amount of letters in that word.
See, I think I'm all right at pronouncing it.
Are you?
Spelling it is the difficult
Exactly.
thing.
Yeah, go home and try to spell that
Exactly.
one. I think it's harder than supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
And I still think the sound of it is quite atrocious.
Big smiles on their faces. You can't see it now, but we're right close to them, and huge smiles. These girls, it's just tremendous.
We've got cheese and milk with lots of cows.
There they are, coming into view right there. Look at that. How much fun are they having? Ringing the bells, the cowbells. You just don't hear a move.
This is a big deal for kids and teachers today. This is WHTC AM 1450 and 92.7 The Van, two local radio stations right here in Holland. Great supporters of the Tulip Time Festival. I've done quite a few interviews with them on the radio this year already. They're wonderful supporters of the festival.
And coming to view is a band. It's the Zeeland City Side 7th grade band.
You know, Jim, I'm amazed at the number of 6th grade bands and 7th grade bands and middle school bands. These kids get the opportunity to march in a lot of parades.
This is their very first year marching in the parade. These kids that are 6th graders. These are 7th graders, sorry. This is the 7th grade group. Here they come. Jefferson School is here. Here comes Jefferson Public and Rick Eunice, our retiring principal. He does a great job. And Brian Davis, Superintendent of Holland Public Schools. Great to see you, Brian. Brian does a great job leading Holland Public School districts. Interesting facts about Holland Public this year. The robotics team took the world championship, not the state, not the country, but the world. Three schools, yes, 3 schools took the world together as a team, and Holland Public was part of that team. It's a partnership with a business, and Hayworth has been our business partners for 20 years. They've been partners with us, and so we won the world championship this year, just like a couple weeks ago. So that's huge news.
That is.
And here comes Jefferson Public School, still walking by with their maypole. There's Norma Ashby, who's retiring as a teacher this year. Everybody just loves Norma.
I just love the creative way they get the kids down into the parade, keep them walking throughout the route.
There's Julie Michaud and her class is wonderful students. Great to see them all. There's Deb Leonard, a 5th grade teacher with all her students. The 5th graders get to ride bikes, Nathan. That's big.
That is a big deal.
They always can't wait for 5th grade.
Get to decorate their bikes and ride their bikes in the parade.
Now, I want to talk about this parade because this band, it's the middle school band. It's the 6th and 7th grade band for Holland Public Schools. Bethany Vanoss is the director of the Holland Public Middle School Band. She does a great job of it. Let's listen to them as they play.
Red glasses.
A shout out to somebody is due, Nathan.
I
Shout
got
out.
my daughter Megan just passed us playing the flute in the second to
How
last
cool is that?
row.
And here's West K7 School. Kathleen Ramirez is our principal at K7 West. We're great to see them. They do such a great job at West. All our teachers and students. Dutch literature is the theme of West. Great bunch of students.
All of the 1st through 5th graders are carrying books that illustrate well-known children's stories. Here's what you should be looking for.
Here comes the 1st grade walking through. Good to see them all.
Look for
Great group of kids. They're dressed up so well. They look so good. There's Mrs. Meyer. Everybody's here. Mr. Risinga. Yes. And now we have the hole in the dike. Mrs. Smith's class. The 2nd graders. Yes. And Mr. Legg is here.
You know,
Mrs.
Jim,
Vroan is here.
You've
Great
become
to
a very
see them.
popular teacher over the years, haven't you? I think
Yeah,
every one
well,
of these
you've
kids
taught
knows
just
you
a
by
few
name.
years, right? Hey, boys and girls, good to see you. Hey, Mrs. Peterson. Good to see you guys. See you. And there's Mr. Pugh, our assistant principal at West. Great to see him. Mrs. Coyer. Good to see you guys. And our special ed people that work with our special needs students. They do such a wonderful job. Great to see them all. There's Mrs. Simpson and Mr. Beckman, our 4th graders. And here comes this Holland Public's 8th grade band. 8th grade is a part of the high school. And their director is James Hughes, who's his 1st year teaching in Holland Public Schools. We're great to see him. He does such a good job. Now they're in a red suit coat. That's warm, Nathan.
That is very warm on a day like today.
But it looks sharp.
It
Wow.
does. You know, Jim, I love doing this parade with you because it does seem like every single child that walks by here from the Holland Public Schools knows you by name and is excited to see you.
Well, I've taught for a while, so that's a blessing. Here comes Holland Heights. And Holland Heights principal is Kevin Durr, and Kevin does a great job being principal of Holland Heights. Theme is the Dutch Mother Goose, and they do a great job. Here comes some of the 1st graders. Good to see them all happy, walking in their very first parade.
Isn't that great? It's one of our
Very first parade.
Followed
And the
up by
2nd graders and
Blind
Mrs.
Mice.
Dixon. And even the gym teacher's here. Yes, Mrs. Ricketts is here. Good to see them. The butcher, the baker, and candlestick maker. And Van Muffet sat on a tuffet. Great to see all the students from Holland Heights. These are 2nd, 3rd, and 4th graders in front of you right now. As they pause in the parade, sometimes you have to slow down and catch up to other parts. There's a flying goose.
Yeah. You'll notice, Jim, that some of the more familiar nursery rhymes have been creatively adapted from storybook words to parade route action. We've got the teacher in the shoe, traditional skates and school bells. We've got Hans be nimble, Hans be quick, jumping over the candlestick.
Here comes the 5th graders, Hans be nimble.
And then
there's Mr. McKay and all the great 5th graders at Holland Heights. Yes. And here comes East K7 School.
Holland's East K7 School is proud to celebrate Dutch heritage and several well-known Dutch connections to the world. The first graders are carrying handheld pinwheels and banners that represent the types of windmills commonly found in the Netherlands. Second graders are carrying Delft plates. Third graders are celebrating their favorite flower, the tulip.
Oh, isn't that nice?
It is. Oh, I love the Delft plates. Those are wonderful.
That looks new. I don't remember that before. Good job, guys.
I think we're seeing a lot of new artwork in the parade today.
Exactly. And again, that takes time. People put that time together. They make these great props, or they store them from year to year, and they need a place to store them. So it's a great.
These are third graders celebrating our favorite flower, Jim, the tulip. The fourth graders are following them up close behind with two of the most popular Dutch cheeses. Can you name the two popular Dutch cheeses?
They are Gouda and Edam.
You got it. Way to go,
yes.
Jim. And then finally, the fifth graders are coming by from East dressed in lab coats, and they're carrying telescopes in honor of the work of Dutch inventor Hans Lippershey, who invented the telescope.
And coming into view now, you see the Holland High School Marching Dutchman Band under the direction of James Hughes. This is his second parade now as a teacher. Yesterday was his first. And as a student, he marched in this parade for all his years, got a degree, came back, and he became a teacher.
Do you see a lot of that at the Holland Public School students coming back again?
We do. I don't know about a lot, but I can think of one at West that went to school at West, and now she's a teacher at West. And James is a perfect example at Holland High School, just this year.
What I love about Holland High School's band is the fact that they march in wooden shoes.
It's the most unique thing of any band, I think, in the country. Yeah. And they're made up of 117 members, and their drum major are Nick Geisinger and Griffin Bear and Maddie Stid. The band participated in national events in the past, including the presidential inauguration and the Rose Bowl parade. The band is well known for their uniqueness, wearing these wooden shoes.
My wife actually danced with the Dutch marching band in President Reagan's second inaugural parade.
Really?
Yep.
Cool.
They flew them out to Washington, D.C. It was too cold, so they canceled the parade, and they took them all to Disney World to have them march there. Not a bad deal for them.
No, exactly. And that's James right there, you'll see, with the tie, and here comes the band. Let's listen to them as their cadence goes. And James Hughes does a great job directing the band. Here comes the trombones, they lead it off. I don't know if there's 76 trombones, but here's the kick. Great angle for the kick. Every parade, Nathan, our band has about 1 or 2 shoes break. So we always have some spare shoes going along.
Talking to someone after the parade yesterday, and they said, you know, I didn't grow up in Holland, and I'm not a Dutchman, but when the Holland High Marching Dutch came by in their wooden shoes playing Tiptoe Through the Tulips, he said, I got a chill down my spine. He said it was one of the neatest things they'd ever seen.
What's really neat is to see these students, their ages of 18, 17, 16, when you had them as kindergartners, and now they're marching in the band, and it's very thrilling to see that.
I have a son who's a junior in high school, and as I looked out across the band members there, I thought, I know probably half of the kids that are out there. I've known them all of these years. It's a wonderful thing.
Here's another one of Johnson Controls electric vehicles. Not polluting. You know, there was just a few years ago, we were talking this up, like, can you believe it? And now it's kind of a regular occurrence today.
It's great that Holland has electric vehicle charging stations all over town.
All throughout. I think there's 21 of those throughout the city.
Makes it really worthwhile to have an electric vehicle if you can come down and charge it for free at a lot of different locations. Sure. This is the West Ottawa Woodside Elementary School. The school's Kinderparade theme, Kogenhof, is taken after the flower exhibition that takes place in the spring. Leading bulb growers in the Netherlands show off their best flowers in a 60-acre park near Amsterdam. And I think they've got West Side Pride. I think that's what I heard them say.
Good for you. I was trying to figure out what it was.
They've got
West Side Pride.
They've got gloves and buckets of flowers. They've got pinwheels and more flowers coming along. It is so great to see all of these kids
Friendly
out here
kids,
today.
all waving, smiles. They've got to be hot. Teachers with water bottles to keep people cool. Here comes the West Ottawa 7th and 8th grade marching band. They've consistently received A ratings in state and nationally as 7th and 8th grade. They won the Six Flags Chicago Music Competition last year, and the groups have earned A1 ratings 11 and 12 times. Let's listen.
Europe, May Day festivities were celebrated with dances around the maypole, celebrating a flourishing of nature. And I'll tell you, we've got that flourishing of nature today. I think spring finally sprung here in Holland, Michigan.
Yep, they're turned the corner.
It did. Finally today we've got leaves on the trees, I think for the first time this year, the latest I think we've ever had. The flowers symbolize the festival, and the main community event was a picnic in the country. Students are performing dances around many colorful maypoles, while others are marching with floral design flags and streamers.
Look at that mass of kids walking down.
That is just wonderful.
And the teachers are with their students, the ones that were able to come and participate. The schools have to take them down here by bus, meet them at the end, take them back. Parents have to pick them up. It's a transportation nightmare, but Tulip Time, Nathan, thanks to you guys, coordinate that all seamlessly every year.
It is a huge logistical event to get all those kids down here and back home again, but they've never lost a kid.
And I think with the police department involvement in that whole thing and streets closures, it seems to work successfully year after year.
It does. This is the West Ottawa Harbor Lights 7th and 8th grade band. They're recognized as a Grammy signature school. They have 140 band members this year. Let's take a listen.
All right, you see these white instruments with the tops up, Nathan. What's the name of those big ones?
That's a sousaphone.
Hey, you're the man. Way to go.
If anyone else is sitting next to me, I say that's a tuba. But I've learned.
All right, coming into view here is West Ottawa Great Lakes Elementary School. The young ones holding the poles. Live in Harmony is the motto of the festival Mundial, which takes place in Tilburg in the Netherlands. Their focus is on celebrating cultures from all corners of the globe. And their flags represent the many countries of the world. There's 560 students in the school, and it looks to me like there's 560 students here today.
I think they have all come here to the parade, Jim. It looked like they're having a great time.
Living in harmony. I just love this, Nathan. You see every color. It's a global planet. It's a global Holland. It's wonderful.
Everybody here is Dutch for a day.
Exactly.
Yeah. Hey, we've got in front of us the West Ottawa Wakazoo Elementary School. In the Netherlands, Santa Claus is called Sinterklaas. Sinterklaas. Wakazoo is celebrating the time when Sinterklaas comes to the Netherlands on a steamboat from Spain. He gets to bring them presents for all of the children and adults. Sinterklaas also brings with him his big white horse, which he rides over the roofs, listening at the chimneys to hear if the children have been good. And if Sinterklaas puts good children, if they are good, Sinterklaas puts goodies in the children's wooden shoes. Celebrating Sinterklaas's birthday is one of the biggest and most exciting parties in the world.
And I'm willing to wait on St. Nicholas for a little while now because we've been plenty cold for a while and winter can just go away. Here he comes.
There's the big white horse. Oh, and there's Sinterklaas himself.
And his special friend is Zwarte Piet, who carries a burlap bag full of toys to help him. And here comes Lakewood Elementary School. And their students learn to be college, career, and life ready. They're a special elementary school focused on high school achievement, quality instruction, and providing a safe and caring environment. Since Lakewood began, they've been known as a school with immense community support, with a huge amount of volunteers, and their theme is Tulips Are Blooming.
They've got shovels and rakes, and they're working on the wind.
There's some cool pinwheels.
They need wind. They're saying the tulips, I believe, need the wind and the sun and the earth and the rain to grow. Jim, I think that we're seeing a lot of new props this year.
We are. I totally agree.
I think that the students have really done a great job at putting all of these together for the parades. They look wonderful.
They do. Here comes the West Ottawa High School Band. Their marching band is under the director of Mike Heyman and Jake Gainforth. Drum majors are Nate Zalent and Cameron Miller. Interesting fact that Mike Hammond, the band director here at West Ottawa, and Brian Davis, our superintendent at Holland Public, were both in a touring band across the world during the same year. They toured together.
I was not aware of that. That's great.
And they hadn't seen each other until 2 years ago for about 15 years. And we were in a meeting together, and they ended up meeting, and they're like, I know you. I know you. So that was pretty cool.
That is very cool.
Now, talk about warm outfits. You see all these ladies and gentlemen in their black and white, mainly predominantly black, waiting to play in the sun. That's warm. I'm impressed.
I am too, and I'll tell you, we try as hard as we can with my daughter to get her to crack a smile as she goes by. These kids are so well trained.
They are.
Stone-faced.
Serious about what they're doing.
They are. They've got their game faces on.
All music memorized. You never see a note of music in front of them. It's all memorized.
And you see that with the kids from 6th grade right on up.
Yes, you do. Yep. In fact, we start them in 5th grade with recording. The pre-band experience really starts in 5th grade at all schools with 5th grade recorder, and that's where they start to memorize and learn how to play the notes.
All right, this is West Ottawa Lakeshore Elementary, and Lakeshore Elementary School's theme is Elfstedentag. Elfstedentag is the Dutch word for the 11 towns race. And when the canals in the Netherlands freeze over, like ours were for the last 6 months, an ice skating race is held with participants racing through 11 towns for a distance of 125 miles, kind of like the French or the Dutch Tour de France.
Yeah.
Lakeshore School recreates this race with students using rollerblades. We've got banners with the names of the 11 towns that they pass.
13 kilometers.
They go through, looks like they need a break for pea soup along the way. Oh, and then they take
And they have their cameras and flashes. And
yeah, looks like it takes them multiple days to be able to do it.
The next group coming into view is Pine Creek Elementary, and their theme has always been the King's Birthday. And this year, the King's Birthday, the King of Orange, Oranje in Dutch. We're happy to have Mrs. Howard's fashion design class make the cape, and Mr. Kukla's class make the crown. Their focus was making the crown and cape with historic accuracy.
Oh, that's wonderful. When we used to have the Queen's Day Criterion bike race here as part of Tulip Time Festival, and when the Queen stepped down and we have a new king, it's now become the King's Day. It looks like the Pine Creek Elementary has decided to do the same thing to celebrate that transition.
I love that Criterion. We went to it both the last 2 years and just really enjoyed watching them race downtown. Thought it was just a great idea.
It is. It's a very fun thing to watch. We've got more Johnson Controls Advanced Energy Go Green vehicles. I'm amazed at the different
the Ford
varieties of vehicles that they have. They look just like the cars that you and I would be driving, but they're electric.
It'll be my next car, Nathan.
Yeah.
I really want to get a battery-powered car.
I'm starting to lean the same way.
Oh, yes, yeah.
I was filling up my SUV and saw somebody I knew with their Chevy Volt. And as I was filling up my tank, I said, well, how much gas do you take? And she said, well, I paid $12 in gas in the last 3 months. And I thought,
oh my.
Yeah, I think I paid $12 in gas this morning. So
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, might be a little higher cost initially, but in the long run, it'll pay off. Plus, for the environment.
It is. It's wonderful. And I'll tell you, I love it that they're nice and quiet.
And there was a Chevy and Ford, and we have a Toyota.
Those electric vehicles are followed up by the Borculo Christian School Band. 100% of Borculo Christian's 5th through 8th graders are in the band. The school seeks to teach all subjects from a Christian perspective, believing that their whole world belongs to God. The band includes 33 students.
Let's listen to them play. I think they might play. And now coming into view are Calvary Schools of Holland. Calvary Schools of Michigan have 2 campuses with students from kindergarten, 4th through 12th grade. Their mission statement is to build Christian character and develop servant leadership within the context of a quality education. Their students represent Dutch heritage with the theme of fishing. Many of the props the students are carrying are what they make in their art classes.
Oh, that's great. And these must be the 5th graders that get to decorate and ride
Exactly,
their bikes.
decorate and ride the bike.
What a great treat for them. Now, for a lot of these kids, this is their 5th year marching in this parade. How many 5th graders, well, if you're not from Holland, how many 5th graders do you know that have marched in 5 parades?
Very true. Were you of the vintage when you had a bike like this and would play playing cards in the spokes?
I was. We used to ride around with playing cards.
That
in the
was
spokes,
cool.
Made it sound like
I haven't seen that for years.
Yeah. This is the
Mosquito
Squad of Holland, of West Michigan. They'll give you backyard enjoyment. I think we may have missed them today, but we're followed by the Zeeland Public Schools Cityside Middle School 8th grade marching band. Now, Zeeland has 2 different middle schools?
Yes, they do. They have Cityside and then Creekside.
So this is just half of the middle school students from Zeeland. So it always amazes people from out of town that there are this many local marching bands, this many students in the area that are participating in the festival, marching or in the bands. It's amazing.
And this is the Chicks versus the Ducks. Those were serious drummers for 8th grade. My goodness, they were excellent. Well done. Zeeland. Next comes Corpus Christi Catholic School and their float. They welcome all children and enrich their knowledge and nurture their faith and build their character. They believe that the spiritual element is a critical part of the child's development, and they believe that each child can learn and has a unique contribution to make to the mission of the church. Here comes Corpus Christi's Catholic School and Diamonds from Amsterdam.
The school's celebrating that important economic heritage and the diamond shops and factories that have produced many of the world's most famous diamonds through the Diamonds of Amsterdam presentation. The fifth grade class expressed this theme in their procession of diamond-marked flags. Following closely behind are the school's first and second grade students, carrying their poles embellished with tulips, the epitome of Holland's celebration. The third grade class indulges in a satirical recognition of the measurements of diamonds
And,
by touting their bright orange carats.
and here we have the Go Green vehicles. And right now you're looking at the OAR float, the Ottawa Addictions Recovery Float, where recovery becomes reality. It's provided professional addiction treatment to the residents of the Lakeshore area for 40 years.
Oh,
That's a really, really good nonprofit organization,
it is.
OAR. I see the mayor of Holland crossing the street. He just snuck by.
He snuck by us. Oh, we'll have to see if we can't get him in here a little bit later. Oh, followed closely behind OR and their new float is John Shea. John Shea's been in just about every Tulip Time parade I've ever seen, and he's riding a replica of a circa 1800s high-wheel bicycle. Bikes like this could travel as much as 200 miles in a single day, which was an incredible distance at the time.
That's a fun bike to ride. I've ridden it, and it's just a riot.
It's great.
The hard part is getting on and off.
Yeah.
Riding it's not that hard. Good to see you, John.
John's ridden this in approximately 65 parades, including most of the Tulip Time parades since 1993.
Here's Creekside Middle School, Zeeland Public Creekside. They played the national anthem of the Griffins game this year. We're going to let them play as they go by. They have many talented students that participate in solo ensemble this year, and they also have a jazz band outside of the regular class time, which is really great for kids. This year's group of 8th graders got straight ones at local festival.
Well, these bikes caught my eye yesterday. This is Coast 3, Nature's Health Club. Coast 3 offers a wide variety of rental equipment options for outdoor activities, including campers, kayaks, stand-up paddleboards, Sea-Doos bikes, and much more. I love those big fat tire bikes. Those are wonderful. They offer a money savings health club style membership programming, allowing their members to take any piece of equipment whenever they want it for one low monthly fee.
And here comes a very, very special place. Coming into view shortly is going to be the Ottawa Area Center. It's a school that serves students. We'll just wait a second until they come into view here as we watch the paddleboarders.
Paddleboard go. He does that throughout the entire parade.
That's
route.
amazing.
Yeah.
So these students are physically and cognitive impairments, and the school provides them an adaptive instruction to enhance their quality of life. I can't say more about the quality of these teachers and the instructors at this school. When I used to direct the high school choir, I took my high school choir to sing for these students every single year. The students enjoyed it. Both of them enjoyed it, both groups. They enjoyed the excitement of their Dutch costumes and hearing the cheers from the spectators. It's their 20th year being a part of this parade.
Yeah, they're a great group of kids and a great group of adults that are working with them every day. My wife is an adapted PE teacher and did her student teaching at the Ottawa Area
Oh,
Center.
really?
And she could not say enough great things about both the students and the staff that are there at the Ottawa Area Center.
Exactly. It is very special.
And it is definitely a highlight of a lot of these kids' year to come and be part of the parade.
For sure. So we have a little bit of a break as the next group comes down. We have a dog walking in the parade too. And now Nathan, talk to us as we see this dog, the Hoont. How did our dog parade go this year?
The dog parade went very well. We had at the end of yesterday's Volks Parade, we had the Dutch dogs on parade. Now I'm not sure if this would qualify as a Dutch dog or not. We need to get that Chihuahua costume. But you can participate at the tail end of the Volks Parade. Bring your dog in Dutch costume, and they can march along in the parade. And there were dozens of dogs there yesterday. I have a dog. I love my dog. But I did not realize how much people love their dogs and love to dress them up. We had one woman who was walking with, I think, 10 dogs. She's a trainer, and she had all 10 of them in Dutch costumes, and I think every costume was different.
Amazing.
Very, very well trained dogs. It was a lot of fun. I'm sure it's something that we're going to be repeating for years to come. The Tulip Time staff does a great job of coming up with new ideas every year to get people excited and involved in the festival. And I think that one was just a home
Well,
run.
that tugged at people's hearts.
Yeah.
So this is the Vanderbilt Voyager Band that you see coming into view. And they're dedicating their Tulip Time song, Firework, by Katy Perry, to a pair of students at the school that are fighting cancer, Jessica and Enrique. They pray for strength and victory over the cancer and a quick recovery for them and their families.
That's wonderful. Let's listen to them play. I think we're going to get an opportunity to hear them right away.
I think I see new shirts in this band this year. Here they play.
Vanderbilt's current enrollment is approximately 445 students. Vanderbilt's theme is Voyage to the New World. The Vanderbilt students are depicting the Dutch settlers' trip to America. Some students are carrying tools and supplies that would be needed to survive in the New World, just as Vanderbilt students are getting the tools they need for their voyage in today's world. So we've got ships, we've got axes.
Everything, and I think they have about 444 students here.
They do.
All their kids are here.
I do. I think we've gotten every single one of them. Oh, they've got a depiction of the Southerner going by.
There's the portholes.
That's the ship that Albertus Christian Vinralty took over in 1847 when he founded Holland.
All right, this is the Crooked Playhouse raffle, but it's part of the Lakeshore Home Builders Association. They're recognized and respected as a leading voice for residential building industry and the value of home ownership. And their mission is to help members grow and succeed in their businesses. And knowing the economy, I think building is up today in this area.
I think that it is as well. And as you look at this float go by, you see the wonderful construction of that home. Now they've got a big sign on it that says "Win me and pick up your tickets here." That looks like the coolest playhouse I've ever seen.
That is the coolest playhouse.
Oh, we've got trouble coming.
Thing 1 and we have thing 2. Good to see you, Thing.
We're joined
Dr.
by the
Seuss.
Dr. Seuss characters from the Holland Area Arts Council. Few authors or artists are better known than Theodore Seuss Geisel, aka Dr. Seuss. And his rarely seen Midnight painting and his secret hat collection are virtually unknown to the American public. Come down and see the traveling exhibit at the Holland Area Arts Council until May 11th.
You've got to go down. A number of people in my family have been down, I think everyone but me, and they just loved it, and I'll be going down today.
I've got to get headed down there. I've got to see that.
This is the Zeeland High School Marching Band. All of 200 members.
Wow.
Three drum majors, Elizabeth Bazan, Nate Evink, and Carter Hall. They do an outstanding job year after year. It's a tradition from Dan Ritzma, was passed to Keith Walker. And Keith does a great job marching with the band. Also a big bicyclist, Keith is. Let's listen to him as they play. CultureWorks is committed to making excellent art experiences accessible to individuals from all backgrounds. At CultureWorks, they engage the arts to build bridges in their community and to challenge individuals to explore new possibilities. The first entry from CultureWorks is depicting the Lady of Savorin folktale. The story is about a rich patrician merchant widow who desires more riches. Bernard Fox was a medieval Europe's trickster figure, a nasty but charismatic character who
who was always in trouble, but was able to talk his way out of any retribution.
And here's the close of the parade. We have the AMR, the American Medical Response. They do a great job of being there if there's somebody that has a health issue here. Anytime with this amount of people coming down, how many people would come? Does Tulip Time have numbers on, like at a typical parade? What are our numbers?
It's always hard to judge because they're up and down the parade route, but on a busy Tulip Time like we're expecting this year, over the course of the week, we'll have upwards of 500,000 people in the city. And on an afternoon like this, you can do some quick math and say, well, there are 7,000 students who are marching in the parade, plus the marching bands, and you get their parents, you get their siblings, you get all of the folks that are coming in downtown. There are probably, I'd have to venture 40,000 people down here this afternoon.
Just amazing.
It is. It's a wonderful opportunity.
And it's very secure. You feel very safe. I know the HPD, the Holland Police Department, does a great job in planning if there's ever any type of situation, including having drones fly over this parade with cameras so they can watch what's going on.
Our booth is strategically located right outside of the police station, which is right down at the hub of all of the Tulip Time activity. But there are contingency plans for everything. Anybody who wants to come down here, this is probably the safest place you can be in Western Michigan. Great place to come down with the family. There are going to be so many events that are going to be going on over the course of the next couple of days. And I think that Mother Nature is finally smiling on us down here
it is.
In Holland, Michigan. It's warm and beautiful. And I think we've got the opportunity for another great parade on Saturday. The music parade is going to be taking place on Saturday afternoon. Neither you or I get to be hosts of that parade. We've got other obligations. But Frank Cry is going to to be back with Windy Wigger. Frank is coming, and he's going to be hosting the parade with Windy Wigger on Saturday afternoon. And I believe the weather forecast is high 60s and sunny. You might think that you'd want warmer for a parade, but when you get all of those kids with sousaphones...
Ideal. Yep, exactly. You know it, Nathan.
The sousaphone players like it when it's in the 60s versus in the 80s. And so with that, Jim, hey, thank you for coming today. And,
loved it.
And
great
helping out
parade.
with the parade. It was a wonderful parade, great success, and let's plan on doing this again next year.
Sounds good.
Great.
Thanks,
you very
everybody.
much.